Hello guys, welcome back. So in this section we'll see how to create a non-root user. So first we'll log in with our root account, which is learning.codebrands@gmail.com, right? And then just enter the password. Okay. So now we have logged in into the AWS console via root user. Okay, so let's search for these services. So all the AWS services you can find it here. So as I have told you in the IAM introduction, that will create one AWS user. So let's type IAM, and this is how we access the AWS services, right? So we are into the IAM console right now. What you could see is like this is our root account link. Okay, so we should copy and keep it. Right, I'll just paste it over here. Okay, and then there are some security status which says I have to activate MFA on my account, on my root account, which is multi-factor authentication. Then I should create individual IAM users. I should use groups to assign permissions. Okay, and then I should apply an IAM password policy. We'll do this step one by one. So let's start with multi-factor authentication. What is multi-factor authentication? So as of now, when you logged in, you just type into the password and you are logged in into the AWS console. With manage NFA, right, MFA, you will not be able to do that directly. You will need an authenticator app. So in my case, I have installed Google Authenticator on my mobile. Okay, so I'll suggest you can install as well. Open the Google Authenticator after you have installed it. Okay, and let's click on continue. Okay, so I should scan this QR code. Okay, so I will scan this QR code, and okay, so let's scan this QR code, and then we should enter the MFA code, right? So 275700. Okay, and again I should enter the 183105, right? So assign MFA. Okay, so I have successfully assigned a virtual multi-factor authentication device, right? So this is done now. So in my dashboard, once I go, so this is now a green tick mark is there, right? So now I can create a user, individual IAM user. So I'll create a user here first. Okay, and I'll name it at AWS Codebrands, right? And I'll give that user a programmatic access as well as the console access. Programmatic access will give you a secret access key, which is required when you have a program which tries to connect to the AWS services. Suppose you have written some Java program and you want to connect to the AWS services, you would need this secret access key and the access key ID, right? But I'll tell you about those things in the later section. Just we will continue with this creation of the user. So I'll create a custom password for this user. Okay, I don't require any reset. Okay, and okay, so I'll just create this user. This user does not have any, it has no permission. Okay, that's fine, I'll do that. Okay, now it gives me a one CSV file that we should download. This contains my access key, right? So basically this is very important, and you will not be able to download this again, right? So this is one of the thing we should keep, and always as a secret. Okay, and we should not show it to others. Okay, and because it's pretty important, otherwise anyone can hack into your AWS account and can do wonders, with the AWS services. So just be very careful with this credential CSV. You should not put in your code, nowhere at all, right? So let's close this. Okay, now once again we go back to the dashboard and we see that there is a green tick mark against this individual IAM users. Okay, now we click on groups and we create a new group, and we name this as, let's suppose, Codebrands admin, right? And we should attach a policy. So AWS comes with some predefined policy. We'll select an administrator access, and we have this policy attached to this group. We'll attach this, okay, and the group is created, right? So we have a green box here, okay. Now what we should do, since we have a user, we have a group, and we want to assign this user to that group, right? So let's go to the group and we select this, add to groups, okay. Now my user is part of this CodeBrains admin group, which has administrator access. So you understood? So user belongs to groups, okay. So there could be another user, so all will have this administrator access within this group. So I can create another developer user in which I limit it to some restricted AWS services only. So users will not be able to see any other services in those groups. That can happen. So that's what IAM does for us, right? Now we go back to this dashboard. We will enable a password policy as well, so that whatever users we create, right, so it should follow some password policy guidelines, minimum 6 characters, one uppercase, one lowercase, one number, one alphanumeric. That's my requirement, and I'll just keep this, right? So we go back here. So let's see now. We'll try to log in with the newly created user, and we'll log out from this root account, right? So let's log out, log back in, and okay, so this time I'll select IAM user, and I have to give my account ID, so I copied it, if you remember. So you should keep that handy, and right, and now I have to give the IAM username, right? So which I have as AWS CodeBrains, right? And the password. So now it is signing me to the AWS console, and this is the user that we'll be using in our tutorials going forward. And this guy has access to all the services. It's basically an administrator, okay, but it's a non-root user. You could see here, IAM user AWS CodeBrains, okay. Okay, that's it for the section. I'd suggest you take a feel of this login and just click on the services to see what all AWS services are available, right? We will talk about in the next section. Thank you guys.